than hearing us go on and on about the Pennsylvania. Now this particular core is a freshly drilled core.
Just this week.
Just this week. Wow. It's a newborn core. And you guys are the first to see it, so you're very privileged. I haven't had a chance to see it yet, so.
That's right. I'll just give you just to get you clued in. The last quarry that you were at, the lower part of it, you got to see the Bethany Falls. This is the bottom of the hole over there. This is clear at the top, clear down at this end. So you read it this direction from the end of the top down. Anyway, the Bethany Falls, which is right here, you're
right there.
You are standing on top of it
Bethany
right now.
Falls, right here.
The top 5 foot of the Bethany Falls has been taken off for a specific purpose. It's being used as rock on the northern part of that job on the interstate over here. That's right.
Really good stuff.
That's right. The upper part right here is being taken off for the use for base materials. The next part, this bottom part right through here that you see, it looks fairly massive, is what is used for asphalt stones. Highway 169 over here from Afton going south towards Mount Ayr is all going to resurface this year.
We have that core of that asphalt too to show. It's in there somewhere.
Anyway, what makes that better for asphalt? It is a much harder limestone. It's less porous. It doesn't have impurities in it. When it's broken into particles, it is more fractured and angular. Okay. And if I had that piece of asphalt,
more structure.
It has more structure to it, so the parts interlock together, and you get less movement under heavy loads, right? The freeze and thaw character, that's one of the ways that the state looks at it, is its inability to break down in different cycles of freezing and thawing like we have here in this part of the country is what you're looking for in a product material to be used for different things. Rip wraps that are used to control erosion along rivers and on lakes for shore erosion and stuff come from this particular area also. Very, very hard rock, very resistant to breaking down. Now, for those of you that saw the Winterset over there, it was very weathered and yellow. It was exposed to the glaciation as it came across, so it got some of that staining from the irons that were in the lower part of the regolith that was running across it, right? This is that section right here of the Bethany Falls, the upper part of the Bethany Falls. Then you get into the Galesburg, and then the Stark is the really dark looking shale here, the Thistle shales. And then you go right into the Winterset. You saw it over there, the Winterset was a really brown. If you look here, you'll notice that we have approximately about 20 feet of good Winterset, right? The Winterset isn't quite as hard as the Bethany Falls. So it has other uses, different other base materials in different places, pipe bedding and things like that. This is the sequence here, and I'll let you talk about that because you were dealing with this. You and Brian were talking about it. That you will see all the way up. And just before you get started with that, I just want everyone to know the sequence here below that you can't see down here is something that they haven't even had a chance to look at yet.
That's really good.
That's a little bit of discussion there where we're headed for with the hearth.
Looks like you got a thick hearth Mound City coming in there, and you even got another one.
This is a really nice core.
So why don't we start here with getting this kind of figured out.
The inside cover.
And that is what you can see, and then we'll go to where you can section.
All right, on this cover to your guidebooks is that high wall over there, and Brian Witzke sort of drew on some of the stratigraphy on here. So again, as Greg mentioned, the bottom is the Galesburg, and then you see the Stark, which is a dark shell you can see in the high wall. The Winterset is that really thick tan limestone. There's a shell in the middle of it, and then above that's the Fontana. And then the block is sort of a double limestone.
Pretty thin.
It. Yeah, it's really thin. You can actually see a bedrock over there around the corner. And then above the block is the Wea. And it's that Wea. The Wea. And it's a thick shell. It's got really thin limestone stringers in it. And Chuck's going to be taking you to a place where there's spoil from the Wea shell, where there's lots of really intricate fossils in it. I'll tell you about that. And then above that is the Westerville, which is the sort of the second shell from the top of the high wall. And then above the Westerville is the Nellie Bly. The Quivira is that dark band that you see near the top of the high wall. And then the uppermost tan shell is the Cement City.
Tan limestone.
Tan limestone, right. And so the Quivira shell and Cement City are members of the Dewey Formation, which is actually recognized in Oklahoma and brought up to Iowa by John Pope in 2009. So that's just a quick
and dirty
introduction. Charles?
Let me just say one thing, just continuing up the section here, this is a very important area for Pleistocene geology as well. We won't be able to get up there, that's a screamingly dangerous place up there, but there's an old till on top with a sand unit, partially gravel. These are the classic areas for the, oddly enough, the type Kansan till, for the so-called Kansan glaciation is named from this area right here, just a couple miles away. And there's a sand unit above that's called the Afton sand. It's produced a lot of interesting fossils, camels, horses, stuff like that, including, well, especially in this area. And that's exposed up there too. You can look at it a little bit over there. But this is a classic Pleistocene geology area, especially historically. Now we don't call it Kansan, Nebraska, and that's all gone by the wayside. But a lot of those early ideas came from this area.
Which is the Paleosol up there? Reddish stuff.
Well, I don't know what's up there. We got to.
Okay. I was wondering if
this section is an important one, but we haven't got up there.
Afton was a deposit, and then what was the Paleosol on top of the Afton?
It is the Afton Paleosol.
Oh, so the Afton is the Paleosol.
The Aftonian Paleosol, but the gravel's called Afton.
Okay.
As well.